Well. Friday is really here. How are you? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Jan. Welcome to another episode of my channel, Save Money More Jan channel. It is Stockpile Friday. Basically, if you look back at all of the no frills videos this week, Monday through Thursday, everything was about food. And did you notice that on purpose I tried to find the most simplistic of recipes? But guess what? They all came from a similar place, our basic stockpile. Things were not elaborate, things were not outrageous, or what I feel, in my opinion, too expensive. Things that are easy to obtain. Ever like get to some recipes that just sound so, I mean, you want to do them, but they sound so complicated and there's just way too many ingredients. And if you're really on a tight budget or even just an average budget and you just want to, reallocate your funds to some other thing that's going on, fine. On purpose, I chose to do all of the recipes that I mentioned this week to share with you the idea of it, the method. For example, let's say on yesterday's show, just being able to simply assemble common things that are in the freezer. For example, I was craving a special kind of a pasta, the holiday style, but of course, the one I do in a holiday, I do it very special ingredients. But I wanted to replicate the feel of that, let's say for an ordinary Monday night after work, okay? And just pop it in the oven. Common ingredients, okay? And the other day, I mentioned how to make chocolate chip cookies from scratch. We do not always have to rely on a bag of mix. I mean, if you have, it all starts in our pantry, like our basic necessities, especially like things that we could put together, things that we need for baking. All purpose flour, for example, baking soda, baking powder, salt, granulated sugar. Always try to get the best possible price on all of these things. But these are food staples that we could, as I call, manufacture in our own home or apartment. Like the other night, last Saturday night, I put on music at about 9:30 p.m. and I didn't cook, I assembled like a ton of pasta dishes and I really have to get a few more food storage containers because that's where it all begins. Everything begins, money saving begins, our grocery savings begin not at the grocery store. Our grocery store savings begin at home without planning. Then when we get to the grocery store, we should pick up those necessities that put meals together, not just one, but multiple use items. Okay. I was having the fun of watching, if you go back to, is it Monday's video of this week? Go back to Monday's video with those simple shortbread cookies, 3 ingredients. So if you haven't checked out that video, check it out. 3 ingredients, shortbread cookies. Seriously? Most people have all purpose flour. Most people have confectionery sugar. Most people have butter. Okay. I'm telling you, not complicated, non rocket scientist type thing. And I mean, who wouldn't want a nice shortbread cookie once in a great while? What a treat. I consider that a treat. It almost feels like a holiday. It's so simple, the method, and I hooked up the actual video from where I learned this recipe from. And I said, you gotta view that video. So if you go back to the original posting this week, it was all about food, all about inexpensive ways to prepare food with common basic pantry ingredients. That's what we need to focus on. So if you're beginning your stockpile, I strongly suggest that you get a couple of things. You could start off with the $5. You may want to start with a bag of flour. You may want to start with baking soda. Everything, if you could get it on sale, even the better. Even the better. Or you want to go to a more controlled price place, like the $1.25 store, for example. The $1.25 store, that items are basically mainly $1.25, right? And that's where you could do your math, where you know that guaranteed you could get 4 items for $5. And that's how we do it. It doesn't happen overnight. It happens little by little by little. And you'll be shocked and amazed of how your pantry is building, how your reserves are building, how you don't have to concern yourself about, crazy, crazy crowds and stuff. You don't want to go shopping? Go shop in your pantry. There you go. Anyway, thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate everybody's time. And please, if you don't mind, I really would appreciate it if you hit the thumbs up button. Don't forget to click like, share, and subscribe.